Alright guys, this is lesson 4.1 and we're going to be graphing quadratic functions. And remember, the quadratic function was the parabola. It looked like this. That's my parent graph of x squared. Okay? And it says, let's just go through the vocabulary. Quadratic function is a function of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. The parabola is the name of the graph. The vertex is either the highest point or the lowest point. That's where it opens. And this one opens down. This one opens up. The axis of symmetry is a vertical line that goes through the middle. And if it's in standard form, it's written in order. It counts down 2, 1, 0. Hopefully you'll remember doing these from Algebra 1. It opens up if a is positive. So if it's like 2x squared, it's going to go up. Negative 2x squared would go down, and that should go with your transformations. Remember, if it's a negative, you flip it. The x-coordinate of the vertex is negative b over 2a. I'm going to pause the video for 1 second. I'm resuming now to play this song. This is the vertex song. Let me turn it up. There you go. I don't know how loud you can hear it. Okay.
Negative b over 2a. That's the x value of the vertex. Now substitute this
In your function, and you'll find the y value next. First x, then y, the vertex is now in view. First x, then y, it's as simple as tying your shoe. Negative b over 2a, x value of the vertex. Substitute this in your function. You'll find the y value next. First x, then y, the vertex is now in view. First x, then y, it's as simple as tying your shoe. Okay, that was the vertex song. I did that because some people listen to me with no sound, which makes me angry. So let's do one. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the vertex. So we're going to say what a, b, and c are. And it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So you pull them out. A is going to be negative 1, b is 2, and c is negative 2. Okay? We're going to fill it into the vertex formula. The vertex's formula is negative b over 2a. So that's negative b over 2 times a is negative 1. So that's negative 2. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, which ends up being 1. So, tell you what we're going to do. Can I move that one over? No. Drat. I don't have a whole lot of room. So, we're going to graph these first couple using a table. So, we're going to make an XY chart. We're going to put our 1 in the middle. Okay? Then you count 2, 3, and go backwards. 0, negative 1. And then we're going to use our calculator. So we go to y equals. We're going to type this in. Negative x squared plus 2x minus 2. And we're going to let our calculator give us our table. So we're going to hit second table. And we're going to scroll until our 1 is in the middle. So 1's in the middle. So, and I'm going to pull my points off. Negative 1 goes with negative 5. 0 goes with negative 2. 1 goes with negative 1, and then negative 2, negative 5. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 5. And sorry about that. And then we're going to graph these points. Negative 1, negative 5 would be here. 0, negative 2. 1, negative 1. 2, negative 2. 3, negative 5. And we connect our dots. So it's a nice, happy parabola. Now, we're also going to name our vertex. Our vertex is 1, negative 1, because it's the one in the middle. It's this point right here. That's the vertex. And then the axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Because if you draw a vertical line down the center of your graph, that's the line that cuts it in half. Like if you were looking at your face and you drew a line down the middle of your face, it would cut you in half evenly. That's the axis of symmetry. So it's the line x equals 1. Alright, I'm going to do, there's like a ton of, okay, there's only 2 examples, never mind. The graph negative x squared plus x plus 12, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come over here and we're going to label A, B, and C. A is negative 1, B is 1, C is 12. We're going to fill it into the formula. Negative B over 2A. Negative B over 2 times A is negative 1. So what that is looks like negative 1 over negative 2, which is a positive 1/2. Now it gets a little harder when I give you a fraction in the middle. Okay, so what you're going to do is, where would 1/2 be? 1/2 would be halfway between 0 and 1. And then you just count to negative 1. And we're going to go to our calculator and we're going to type it in. You type in negative x squared plus x plus 12, and you hit second table, and I can pull out all the numbers except for it doesn't give me the half. I have to tell it to give me that. So negative 1 goes with 10. Let's see. 0 goes with 12. 1 goes with 12, and 2 was 10. Now, how do I get the half? Well, I plug it in. How do I get y if x is a half? I just plug it in. I say negative 1/2 squared plus 1/2 plus 12. And I hit enter. 12.25. So, oh God, what in the world? What is this graph? This graph does not go with this. Yeah, this graph doesn't go with this. Look, it's way up there. That's a crappy graph. I can't graph any of these points. What was I thinking? I grabbed the same graph. Curses. Just don't graph this one. Boo. Just don't graph it. Just plot the points. We'll go ahead and say what the vertex would be 1/2 and 12.25. It would open down, by the way, because of the negative. And the axis of symmetry, let's call it AOS, would be x equals 1/2. Let's go on. Vertex and intercept forms. Sometimes they give it to you in vertex form. Let's go ahead and look at that. And this is the form a x minus h squared plus k. It's where the hk is the vertex. But what we're going to do is we're going to use our transformations. Our parent graph, x squared. Okay? Our parent graph is x squared. So what it's going to do is it's going to go right 3 and down 2. So I'm going to go right 3, down 2. That's the point, 3, negative 2. So that is my vertex. And now that you have your vertex, what you're going to do is you could do a rough sketch, but I want a more specific sketch. We'll do rough sketches a little later. Is you're going to put the 3 and the negative 2 in the center of your table, and we're going to use a table. We're going to stick it in our calculator. 2 x minus 3 squared minus 2, and we're going to hit second table, and we're going to scroll until the 3 is in the middle. By the way, you know you're right when your numbers repeat. 3 is in the middle. I'm going to say count 4, 5, 2, 1, and then we're going to pull our numbers off. 6, 0, negative 2, 0, 6. 6, 0, negative 2, 0, 6. And if you're just watching this video and you're not actually typing it in your calculator, you're not getting anything out of it. You need to pull out your calculator and do it with me. So feel free to pause me and do that now. Okay, you're back. Good. All right, so now we're going to graph these points. 1, 6, 2, 0, 3, negative 2, 4, 0, and 5, 6. And then you just connect the dots. Okay, so this one, tell me the transformations. What would it do? It would go right 1 and up 3. So right 1, up 3. So now we're going to make our little XY chart, and what you want to bet that this one goes off the graph, because I didn't pay attention. 2, 3, 0, negative 1. So we go in here, and we graph 2, x minus 1 squared plus 3. I need the 1 to be in the middle. So I've got 11, 5, 3, 5, 11. Excuse me. Oh, I just sneezed all over the screen. Let me pause it while I clean it. Okay, it's times like that I'm glad I don't use a webcam. You can't see me. Okay, 0, 5, 2, 5. And then these are off the screen, of course, because I didn't grab a new graph. I just used the same one for that. That was not smart of me. And we connect our dots. And our vertex is 1, 3, and our axis of symmetry is x equals 1. And I didn't do that for over here. My vertex was 3, negative 2, and my axis of symmetry was x equals 3. Oh, I did do the vertex. Oh well. Alright, the next, oh, you can try these. Do I have time? How long is this getting? Yeah, let's go ahead and do them real fast. Negative b. What's b? B is negative 1. Ooh, that's a good point. When b is negative, it's negative negative. Over 2 times a is a half. Oh, look at that. That is 1 over. When you're doing 2 times a half, you need to think, what is half of 2? 1. So it's just 1. So 1 in the middle. Let's count 2, 3, 0, negative 1. We're going to go to our calculator, and you need to be doing this with me. You're like, you're doing it too fast. Pause. That's what pause buttons are for. X squared minus x minus 1, second table. Oh, look at the fractions. We got, oh goodness, 0.5, negative 1, 0.5, negative 1, negative 1.5, negative 1.5. Okay, so negative 1.5 will be right there. 0, negative 1, 1, negative 1.5, 2, negative 1, and 3.5. Ooh, what the crap was that? I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. 3.5. So if you look at it, it made it wider, because that goes along with our fractions make it wider thing. The vertex was here, and the axis of symmetry was x equals 1. This one, it goes left 1 and up 3, because remember the inside's stupid and the outside does what it's supposed to. So left 1, up 3. I'm going to make my table. 1 go, and that's the point, what, negative 1, 3? Negative 1, 3. So we do negative x plus 1 squared plus 3, second table. Scroll till the negative 1 is in the middle. So let's see, negative 2, negative 3, 0, 1. So negative 3, negative 1, 2, 3, 2, negative 1, 2, 3, 2, negative 1. So negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, 2, negative 1, 3, 0, 2, 1, negative 1. And it opened, notice it opened down. Why? Because it was negative. It's flipped over. So the vertex was negative 1, 3, and the axis of symmetry was x equals negative 1. It's just a line that runs down the middle of the graph. Okay, now we're graphing it in intercept form. Intercept form is to find the x-intercepts. Remember, you set it equal to 0. And what you've got is you've got two things being multiplied equal to 0. You can set them both separately equal to 0. I don't know if you remember that from last year. So x equals 3. How did I get that? Let me not skip any steps. How do you solve that? How do you get rid of minus 3? You add 3. So x equals 3. X equals 1. So 3 and 1. Okay, so the vertex is always halfway. Like if I put 1 and 3, it's the number that's dead between the two. So the vertex is going to be 2. So then you're going to go over here and you're going to type in what you're given, x minus 3. Whoops, sad. X minus 1. You're going to hit second table, and it's going to give you those numbers. 0, it's like 3, 0, negative 1, 0, 3. So 2, negative 1 is here. 4, 3, and then 0, 3. And there is my graph in intercept form. Okay. This one, you can just go ahead and say x equals 3 and x equals negative 1. 3, negative 1. What's halfway between these two numbers? Well, 1 would be halfway between the two numbers. So, negative 1, 3, just fill in. Negative 1, 0, 1, 2. And then the number that's in the middle is your vertex. So we're going to go back over to our calculator. Some of you still haven't opened your calculator. Shame on you. X plus 1. Second table. Let's see. 0, negative 6, negative 8, negative 6, 0. 0, negative 6, negative 8, negative 6, 0. Oh, look, it's off the graph. Why do I keep doing that? 0, negative 6. 0, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Negative 8's like way down here. That's sad. So the vertex is 1, negative 8, and the axis of symmetry is x equals 1. And it did open up. Oh, look, there's a warm-up for the next day. Interesting. Writing quadratic functions in standard form. Oh, and this is where... Okay, I'm going to go on. Writing quadratic functions in standard form. Hopefully you remember this. We got to multiply this out. I don't know if you remember it or not. Oh, this might be for another day. We're going to stop right here. This is going to be another video because I'm going to have to go back and show you how to fold before we can do this. Make sure we know how to fold. So let me pause.